a Knight of the Sword, a Queen of Swords, a King of Swords. These are the titles of the Dukes of Entropy. Today we walk upon the Pantheon of Chaos, and we hope it doesn't look back. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Elric and the Young Kingdoms. For episode 13 we'll be exploring the full Pantheon of Chaos. This video will break up the format as we did with the previous video where we explored the Pantheon of Law. We'll be using the opportunity that we are in Rifle, the most sinister city in the Young Kingdoms, to explore this topic. Today's topic has a vast amount of information as the Chaos Pantheon has been more deeply expanded upon in the RPG books and by Moorcock himself. I'll try to include information that sticks to the established canon by Moorcock as much as I can, and some of the information will also include minor spoilers from the Citadel of the Forgotten Myths. I've not felt the need to disclose that before, as most of the books have been around for many decades. I'll also be using the RPG books to supplement with additional interesting details when necessary. I hope that everyone who has followed the journey so far has enjoyed the series as much as I enjoy making it. It got me back into doing more art. If you would like to show further support to my channel, please leave a like and engage with the comment section. If you feel as if I earned it by the end of the video, please subscribe. With all of this out of the way, let's explore the Pantheon of Chaos. Today marks our third day in Rifle, and second day cooped up inside with tomes, grimoires and unbearable weather. It had rained all of yesterday and it hasn't stopped since. Our mercenary friends came around not too long ago, but we had to dismiss them, only paying a small amount to stay on their good side for when we journey next out to the docks of this ugly black granite city. One of us brings food from the tavern below and drinks as we prepare our quills and start our transcribing of old knowledge. The Lords of Entropy, known also as the Dukes of Hell. These are the living embodiment of chaos and worshipped as gods by some and feared as demons by others. They're prone to shape-shifting, taking on horrific forms as an abominations of hell, hulking demons or youths with unearthly beauty. Their behavior can seem like insanity, though they are not mad. There are three Dukes of Entropy, also known as Sword Rulers: Arioch, Knight of the Swords; Xiombarg, Queen of Swords; and Mabelode, the Faceless, King of Swords. Arioch, Lord of the Seven Darks, Knight of the Swords, Lord of the Higher Hell. He is the Lord most intimately connected to our tragic hero Elric. He is preeminent amongst the Lords of Chaos in the Young Kingdoms, and the most predisposed one to taking an interest in mortal affairs. His exact place in the Court of Chaos is never clearly defined. His province is disinformation, misdirection, and trickery, and his ultimate desire in return is the sacrifice of blood and souls. He can appear as beautiful blonde in his youth, but he is also known to take shape of a large black fly and a black alien shape which is most horrible to look upon. To understand Arioch, we need to understand his 5 distinct aspects. The Herald of Chaos. According to a Melnibonian myth, it was Arioch who brought the influence of chaos into the world to break it of a stagnant dark age. He engineered the summit at Relinkren establishing the terms of the eternal struggle, and ultimately seduced the ancestors of Melnibone using the demonic black blades, Stormbringer and Mournblade, the patron of Melnibone. He became a tutor and enabler to the Dragon Isles, helping them become the greatest sorcerers in any plane of existence. Rather than being an idol god, he fostered a deep connection with the Ruby Emperors, a type of connection that served to worship him through all the subsequent rulers right up to Elric himself. The Sword Ruler. In this aspect, Arioch is not an all-powerful ruler god, but a subservient deity. He is the Knight of the Swords, a war chief and a champion acting under Queen Xiombarg and King Mabelode. Messenger of the Courts of Hell. Many sorcerers believe Arioch to be a powerful messenger for an even higher authority, delivering cryptic warnings and revealing the secrets of the eternal struggle to those willing to decode them. In this form, he teaches the raw power of magic to those prepared to bend their wills beyond mundane human intellect. The Lord of the Seven Darks. Finally, Arioch manifests all of his most base and raw. This aspect represents him not as a beautiful noble, but as a leering malevolent demon with distended belly, fat-fingered hands, a gaping mouth, and many eyes, embraced by primitive clans in Thigarate and Western Dorel. This aspect of Arioch offers nothing but bleak assurance that chaos is always lurking in all corners of reality. Ultimately, Arioch has no interest in hierarchies or disciplined approaches to worship. He demands devotion and constant supply of blood and souls. When the human ancestors of Tang first arrived in the Young Kingdoms, they brought with them the Code of the Sword Rulers, also known as the Blade Triumvirate. These people, also known as the Mabden, a race of mortals not native to the Young Kingdoms, they were actually created by the Sword Rulers themselves, purely with the purpose of amusement. They exist across the multiverse, while they are beings of chaos. The two incarnations of the Eternal Champion, both Dorian Hawkmoon and Ericos, are Mabden and fought for law and the cosmic balance. Because the Mabden are true creations of chaos, their dogma dictates that the Sword Rulers utterly despise the elder races of the multiverse such as Melnibone. In the Pantheon Pantheon, the power dynamic drastically shifts. Arioch is relegated to a lesser role, perhaps a deliberate move by the cruel imitators of the Melniboneans against the patron deity of the Dreaming City. Furthermore, unlike the broader philosophy of chaos, the Sword Rulers seek complete victory in this version. They aim to drive the forces of law to their doom so chaos can reign supreme. A vastly different understanding than the eternal struggle that we discussed in the previous episode. Well, that is enough about the Pantangians' understanding of the Pantheon. Let's move on to the next Greater Duke of Hell. Mabelode, the Faceless, the supreme commander of dozens of Dukes of Hell, and arguably the most powerful of the trio. He employs many agents, richly rewards his strongest warriors, expert sorcerers, and morally bankrupt individuals who pledge their souls to his service, including infamous names like Gainor the Damned and Urkon of Melnibone. His followers act as bloodthirsty foot soldiers and the backbone of the armies of chaos. To become a follower of Mabelode, one must erase their past. Yes, at the culmination of one's initiation into Mabelode's ranks, initiates give up their old identity and don a veil with their true names recorded in a large book held by a high priest. From that point onwards, they must don a veil, a helmet, a visor, or a deep cowl at all times. Mabelode's cult is utterly unique amongst the forces of chaos because they reject elaborate ceremonies or formalized periods of worship. The battle is the place of worship. During combat, they enter a state of battle frenzy in which they believe their soul is inhabited by Mabelode himself, locking them in a type of religious bliss as they slaughter their enemies. They're known to offer their services to both sides of the conflict for a fee, simply wanting the opportunity to fight. Xiombarg, the Queen of Swords, the ultimate rival of Arioch. She is an asexual alien entity of battle, conflict, and cunning. She assumes a female guise simply as it is the most easily grasped essence of her. Her forms are wild, shifting, and deeply terrifying. During the climax of her battle in Stormbringer, she manifested herself as a woman carrying a sword riding upon a bull with the face of a lion. As the fight went on, she began violently shifting forms and becoming more insect-like. In the Citadel of the Forgotten Myths, she became a lion with the torso of a man, her face shifting from human to reptile, and her steed, a great lion-headed horse with eagle claws wielding a double-bladed battle axe. While Mabelode commands armies of heavily armored warriors, Xiombarg's cult in the Young Kingdoms operates completely different. She's the patron deity of those who under normal circumstances would have absolutely no power. Her recruits are found amongst nobles, schools, and those trapped in loveless marriages. She appeals to bored housewives, women married off to cement political obligations, and anyone seeking vengeance against their oppressors. The cult teaches these women sorcery and weapon skills in secret. Many nobles have lost their lives to a dagger in the dark or wielded by their harmless wives. Men also join the cult, often if they have been passed over for inheritance or political positions in favor of older siblings. In a bizarre display of devotion, many of these men choose to become eunuchs upon entering the cult to better emulate their asexual goddess. You will not be able to distinguish a Xiombarg cultist from regular populace. They carry concealed knives and use them with deadly efficiency. Many of the worship happens behind closed doors, disguised as innocuous women clubs to dissuade suspicion. Part of the worship involves burning or defacing effigies of male authority figures. The worship of Xiombarg is highly popular even in lawful countries where women are systematically disenfranchised. Strangely, the cult is popular in Tang, operating at night through vast networks of slaves to hide their activities from the male-dominated theocracy. And so we have gazed upon the triad of the Hell Dimensions. We have seen how Arioch manipulates mortals through toxic patronage and sorcery. We saw Mabelode drive zealots into battle frenzy and saw Xiombarg subvert society from within. Yet, they're merely the tip of the spear. The hierarchy of chaos is vast and ever-shifting. We will continue in the next episode where we'll explore the greater Dukes of Hell, such as Chadros the Reaper, Pyre, the Whisper of Impossible Secrets, and many more. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. And, as always, make sure you subscribe to explore the rest of Moorcock's world with me, and be aware that the journey will be long and perilous, and I'll be glad to have you with me.